Hello, welcome to this quick tutorial on what we can do with eCopy PDF Pro Office, we're going to call that EPPO, with the RecordLink for PDF, which is a connector that links EPPO to SIMS. And the simulation we're going to do today to show the abilities of these two systems linked together is a simulation of somebody in a school office with the daily post scanning that to a network location from an MFP. And I'm going to replicate that straight off by dropping this PDF into a watch folder. So when you set up EPPO to watch this folder, it will give you a notification once something has been sent to that, either saved to it or scanned to it, it doesn't really matter. We'll eventually get a notification on the right hand side of the screen, can take a while. And here's the notification. If you don't get it straight away, we can click on this box here or on the notification. I've set up EPPO to give me the scan inbox so I can browse through it, and this is the scan I'm going to open. This is a 12-page document which I've just put together to simulate what we might get in the post. Obviously I don't have to worry about different sizes and cleaning, so if that happens and you have staples and post-it notes, you might have to clean that post or scan it more than once. Firstly, we're going to show how EPPO, which is this PDF environment which you can see now, integrates with SIMS. So I'm going to look at these first 3 pages. They're all student correspondence to various things. So I'm going to look at the first one, right click. I'm going to extract that into its own document and delete the page. Now I can work up this PDF with text. I can make stamps very easily as well. So if we bring the stamps up, we could say received, for example. And you can see this is a dynamic stamp, so it's got my name and the current time and date. Let's say I now want to save that to SIMS. I'm going to go up to the toolbar here, and this is the RecordLink for PDF toolbar, and I'm going to save to SIMS as. The wizard starts, it's asking for my SIMS credentials and SIMS permissions apply. And I'm just going to save this very quickly into a student record, although we can select staff, contacts, agents, pre-admissions and the comms log. I'm just going to look for Chris Aaron using this toolbar here, which looks the same as the search bar in SIMS. I'm going to double check it's Chris Aaron, and I'm just going to save it to as general, and I'm just going to call it letter. And that is that page saved to SIMS. RecordLink for PDF has closed that document, reopened it from SIMS as a check, and all is good, so we can now close that. We'll go back to the previous scan, and you can see that this is now down to 11 pages. So each time I'm taking a document out or a page out of this scan, it's reducing in size until I've finished. So this next page, I'm going to extract that, and this time to build up the picture of what we can do with RecordLink for PDF, I'm going to show you something else we can do. We're going to stick with students. We're going to stick with Chris Aaron. But this time I'm going to choose one of the other areas within SIMS. And I'm going to pick a medical condition. Let's just say this is a notification that he has asthma. He's got quite a lot going on with him already because I've done this demo a few times. It's none of those. I'm going to go create a new one using this form, which you'll know from SIMS. We're going to give him osteoporosis today, poor chap. That's now dynamically created osteoporosis as a medical condition for Chris Aaron in SIMS immediately. So even if we cancel this process now, osteoporosis would still be there on his student record. And we'll just call that osteo. And just for the sake of demonstration, we'll set that as private. Done. And here's the check, and that's all fine. Right, student correspondence, here's the third page. I'm going to extract that and show you one last thing that we can do with RecordLink for PDF, which is to add this scanned PDF to multiple students, but also create multiple database entries. So we're going to stick with students. To start off with, we're going to select Chris Aaron, and I'm going to add this to a multi-pick list. Then I'm going to repopulate that list with everybody from 7A, and I can take some of those individuals and add them, or I can select them all and add them to my multi-pick list, which I can then also edit at any time. Having got these 28 students, I'm just being warned that I am going to do this 28 times, and we're going to create an achievement. It could well be that you know the achievement has already been created in Sims for one of your students, in which case you can choose them here. Otherwise, we'll just start with the top of the list. We can see what's already in their student record in terms of achievements here. We're not going to look at those, but we can. We're going to create a new one. Again, it's a Sims form that you've seen before. We'll call this a musical activity in music. Click the dates. We'll give them a certificate and some points. And that's now created that musical activity for Chris Aaron. Then we're going to go to the next student. And what we can do here is use auto create, which uses the cached data from the previous academic achievement that we've just created for Chris Aaron. And we can apply that to all students. We could alternatively create a new one for Laura Adams or drop her from the list. But what we're going to do is use auto create, apply to all students, and RecordLink for PDF is now going to create that same academic achievement for the remaining 27. And there we go. So we'll just call that Music Award. And next, and now having created those achievements, it's now attaching the document to them. And that's that done. Okay, there's the check. That will be for the first student, and that's fine. Now I'm going to extract that and save this individual page to Mr. Blacker, and we'll just call that a report. Again, this is another form, so the document type is the lookup from Sims, so that's already there for you. There we go, and checked. So that's the integration with Sims, but we've got other integrations as well. So we've got an invoice here. So let's extract all three invoices to a new PDF. We'll look at each one in turn. I'm going to use stamps. I'm going to let's say that's received, and this one could be reviewed. You get the idea of stamps. If I want to create a stamp, I can just put in a text box in any piece of PDF and say, here we go, select that and create a stamp. I'll put it in my dynamic group and I'll call it past. And then if I want to use that stamp at any point in time, I can just drag it on. So that's how to create stamps. So text boxes, stamps, highlights, URLs, callouts, notes, various things. I mean, you can work up a full PDF with form fields if you require. So it's a very sophisticated PDF environment, but you can turn off a lot of the toolbars if you want to make it simpler. So that's a very quick markup. In this particular time, you know what? I'm going to email that with the email integration. I'm going to invoice, send these 3 invoices, and I'm thinking I want to send them to finance, but I'll send them to myself in this particular instance, and that's gone. So now we're just left with a very quickly diminishing set of pages from the original scan. So the delivery note, again, we can mark that up. We can either email it, we can save it to SharePoint, and if we look here, we've also got connectors for Dropbox or OnBase and various other bits and bobs. Likewise, business correspondence, you could want to email that to SMT, but let's say that we're going to take those 2 pages. Let's say it's a draft contract for a cleaning company. We're going to extract that and delete it, and maybe work up some highlighting, or whatever it may be on this. Of various things you can do. And once you've finished that, if you want to, you might want to flatten that image and then maybe save it to a network location. We can save it as a PDF or as another, such as a PDF-A, but also images such as JPEGs or TIFFs. You can also do Word documents and forms. There's also optical character recognition built into EPPO, so you never have to retype anything again. But here we'll just save that as a PDF and just put it on the desktop. But that can be obviously to any network location, and if it's to somebody else's watch folder, that will ping up, and that's a workflow that started just by sorting the post. Everything's done. While we're here, we'll just pop into Sims. I can show you where those documents arrived. So if we go into Sims, we'll search for students. We'll use the same search bars in the student browse as we did in RecordLink for PDF. We'll look for Chris Aaron. Here we go. We'll wait for that data to populate. Here we go. If we go into linked documents, we'll see all of the documents that we saved. So there's the music award, and the letter about osteoarthritis, and first letter. So they're all there. And if we open one up, we'll see that the PDF is there to view, which it is. There we go. And then we've got the document log and a little bit of an audit trail there that comes in Sims. Now, the other place you can find this is if we go to, for example, go to medical, then the osteoarthritis will be here. And likewise, if we go into behavior, we'll see the musical activity that we created. So that's where they appear in Sims, and I hope that's been useful for you. Thank you very much for being here. You can find us on www.recordlink.it. There's some FAQs there and some contact details.